What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports, back again with another one. WBO and WBC junior middleweight champion Sebastian Fundura, one of the big names in the junior middleweight division, has an opponent lined up for July 19th. And it's not the opponent that we all thought it was going to be. It's not going to be Tszyu, who's a rising young star in the sport of boxing, but don't quite have the name ID to be asking for the type of money he was asking for. The fight was scheduled to go to purse bid Friday. The BBC, who promotes Fundura, wasn't trying to lose no purse bid to Golden Boy and have their fighter go fight up on the Golden Boy promoted card. And if the fight's very, very close, get robbed on the judge's scorecard, because Tszyu would have been the A-side in that situation, as far as it would have been his promoter putting on the card. You know, everybody want to say judges are on the up and up, and they are on the up and up. But when you are judging a fight and you know that this fight is a Golden Boy promoted card, and it'll be a very, very close fight, a lot of swing rounds, you know, in the back of your mind, not just saying that you're going to be biased towards Tszyu, but in the back of your mind, you know that, hey, Golden Boy Promotions is the one that paid for them judges' hotel room. They the one that's putting on this event. So you can say something without saying something, you know what I'm saying? So BBC wasn't trying to take that chance. So instead, Fundura's going to take on Tszyu in a rematch of the epic clash that took place 2024. That was the fight of the year candidate for 2024. It didn't win, but it was definitely top 5 fight of 2024 as far as action, blood, sweat, and tears. It was a bloodbath. Great fight. It wasn't on pay-per-view, but this fight's going to be on the undercard of a pay-per-view event that's going to be headlined by Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach Jr. So it's going to be a night of the rematches. July 19th, Las Vegas, Nevada, aka Sin City. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. A lot of people are going to say Fundura ducked Tszyu, but the BBC ain't trying to lose no purse bid. They're not letting one of their top fighters go over there and fight up under another promoter's card, up under another platform, DAZN. They're affiliated with Amazon Prime. They're not affiliated with DAZN. Sure, they have fights that go over there and fight on DAZN, as we're going to see coming up this Friday with Rolando Rolly Romero taking on Ryan Garcia. That fight's going to be on DAZN pay-per-view at Times Square in the Big Apple, New York City. So they have let their fighters go fight on other platforms, but usually when they do that, their fighters are the clear B-side. Fundura is the A-side. He got 2 of the belts. He decided to drop those belts, and he instead is going to just defend his WBC junior middleweight title versus Tszyu. Tszyu is a former champion in the WBO. A lot of people think that Tszyu's best days are behind him, as he was stopped versus Bakram. I'm not going to even try to attempt to say his last name. He got stopped in that fight, but in his last fight, he was able to get a good bounce back win versus Joey Spencer in Australia. So he'll be looking to get his get back versus Fundura. I know he probably feel that if he wouldn't got cut by the elbow early in the fight, that things was going his way prior to the elbow to the forehead that had the blood dripping into his eye that compromised his vision, that he was actually, in my opinion, on the way to possibly stopping Fundura. So I think they can do similar things and avoid the elbow this time and win the WBC junior middleweight title. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Tszyu now will take on Ramirez. Ramirez had a huge win, a huge upset win over undefeated Charles Conwell, who had been getting a lot of praise. A lot of people saying he was the boogeyman at 154. A lot of people were saying that he could beat a lot of the top fighters at 154, including the champions, but he got beat in a very, very competitive fight. Now, it was close rounds, close swing rounds, but he lost that fight to Ramirez, and Ramirez is now going to fight for the vacant title versus Tszyu. I don't know when that fight's going to transpire, when it's going to take place, but I'm hearing sometime in the summer. And what I do know is that fight is not going to be no main event fight. If it is a main event fight, it's going to probably be on DAZN after dark, like they had my homegirl Gabriella Fundura, man. I was trying to look for her fight when she fought old girl. I went to DAZN, I couldn't pick it up. I went to some different streaming sites. I was like, damn, is she on DAZN? Is she on DAZN After Dark? She wasn't on the same DAZN like Boots. It's like, to me, it's like you got the zones where you got Boots fighting or somebody like that, where you have no problem getting that fight. But it seems like some of them, especially, it seems like to be always Golden Boy promoted cars, Oceanside, California. I have a hard time picking up those type of fights, man. That's why I call it DAZN After Dark. Gabriella Fundura was on DAZN After Dark, man. I couldn't even get that fight. I had no problem getting the Boost fight when he took on, oh boy, the WBA champion. When he took on boy and got the belt over there in Atlantic City, New Jersey. His name escapes me. I had no problem picking up that fight. Any of Boost fights that's been on DAZN, you know. So we will see what happens and we will see what transpires. I had a similar problem when old boy from Matchroom fought that guy. What's his name? Big tall guy. He's undefeated. Diego Pacheco. When he fought the guy that be training there with Chance Crawford. I can't remember his name. I had a hard time picking that fight up too, but I was able to pick that fight up. But that Gabriella Fundura fight the other day out there in Oceanside, California, that shit was on DAZN After Dark, man. I couldn't even pick that fight up. With all that being said, we have her brother, Sebastian Fundura. He ain't gonna be on the DAZN or no DAZN After Dark. He gonna be on Amazon Prime pay-per-view, and he'll be taking on Tszyu in the co-main event to Tank Davis versus Roach Jr. to the rematch. The night of the rematch matches. So we will see what happens and we will see what transpires. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you like this matchup between Sebastian Fundura and Tszyu? Or would you much rather see Sebastian Fundura take on a young gun, undefeated, a guy that's probably got his best days ahead of him, not a Tszyu who maybe have his best days behind him? So we will see what happens. We will see what transpires. Which fight would you rather see? Now, based on the first fight, we're going to get an action-packed fight. That's one thing we do know. Fundura don't be in no boring fights, and Tszyu don't be on no boring fights. Even if he is a little bit past his best, he don't be in no boring fights. It's going to be action-packed. The last fight was blood, sweat, and tears. It was a bloodbath. It was a Fight of the Year candidate. Maybe this fight don't quite live up to that, but if it's anywhere near that fight, we're going to be in for a good night of boxing. So we will see what happens and we will see what transpires. Follow me on Facebook, Gerard Briscoe. Follow me on TikTok at JB Sports New Media. Follow me on Twitch at Briscoe MA 77071. Follow me on my YouTube channels at JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend, 9656, and at JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend, 8,000. And like, share, and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend, and I holla.